Joining us now to sort through some of this is ABC News contributor Colonel Steve Ganyard, former Defense and State Department official. Steve, it's good to see you.
Thanks, Phil.
On Monday, Russia will celebrate Victory Day, the anniversary of the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany. My question to you is, why does this day mean so much to Vladimir Putin? And because it means so much, do you expect to see something specific from him and his army on that day?
Yeah, Putin, Phil, has used this day often for nationalist rhetoric to stir up the domestic base in Russia to motivate the Russian people to take on the new year. But he could come into this and just continue to have fiery speeches and not do much more. On the other hand, there are folks within the UK intelligence establishment and some folks in the US who are saying that what he will do is use the occasion to declare martial law and declare war on Ukraine. In Ukraine, it's been a special military operation, and because of that, he hasn't been able to mobilize the population or do some of the things that he would be able to do if he declares war. And so this is what the thinking is, that there will be a mobilization. A couple of things we need to look at, but May 9th is going to be very important, I think, in terms of determining what's next from Putin.
Well, that last scenario you lay out would be incredible for the Ukrainian people. I mean, if he just decided to end it there, that would be amazing. You just talking about Mariupol, a third group of civilians was reportedly evacuated Friday from the steel plant there in Mariupol that really the world has been watching. Russians already have the plant and the city surrounded. Doesn't that effectively first give them a land bridge between Russia and Crimea? And if it does, Steve, why so much focus on that plant?
Yeah, the plant is symbolic, just as Mariupol is symbolic, Phil. It is a big industrial area. It's the coal basin for most of Ukraine. So big industrial area. It's a Russian-speaking population. So in Putin's mind, this is part of the liberation narrative that he's coming in to denazify this part of Ukraine. So it's highly strategic in where it sits in being a port, but it's also very important for public perception in Russia.
Over the last 24 hours, ABC News confirmed that the United States provided intelligence to Ukraine that actually helped them target and sink that Russian Navy's flagship, the flagship there in the Black Sea. But now we've seen the Pentagon and the White House distance the Biden administration from that attack, and another report that U.S. intelligence helped Ukraine kill a number of Russian generals. So why do you think that is? Is it just that this is the tightrope that the United States is walking here, trying not to, really upset Vladimir Putin, but still help the Ukrainians?
Yeah, Phil, it might be useful to sort of break down the kinds of intelligence we're talking about here. There is a concern, a larger concern here, that the U.S. is rubbing Putin's nose in it a bit. But here, if you think about the kinds of intelligence that we're talking about, one is what's killing those generals? How are they getting that intelligence? And that is very, very defined battlefield targeting kinds of intelligence. The U.S. is helping there, but the U.S. didn't, or at least they say they didn't know that there were Russian generals in those command posts. They helped the Ukrainians and told them, this is a command post, and so if you know there's a general in there, go for it and try to take them out. But think about the anti-ship missiles that took the Moskva out. They have their own seekers. So in general, they just needed to point towards the Moskva, have a defined range, and let the missiles go. Very different from the intelligence that's being provided, where the U.S. is helping the Ukrainians target these very small command and control posts within the field in Donbass.
Finally, Steve, I want to ask you about this, because this is what most people are focusing. The longer this war continues, the longer it goes on. We've heard a lot about the Russian military losing steam, troops, and its capabilities as the war continues. And the Ukrainians mount a really strong defense of their country. I was over there when the war started in Poland on the border, and I'm really amazed by the Ukrainian people's resolve and strength. But the question is, how much longer can the Ukrainians keep fighting at this rate, at this strength? They must be suffering heavy losses too.
Yeah, they are, Phil. To your point here, the Ukrainians control the narrative. They've done a great job on social media, controlling the media, shaping the narrative for all of the media outlets around the world. So their story is getting out, and people have gotten behind them. It doesn't mean that they aren't taking losses. They are taking losses. And to your point, it's their losses that they can take aren't the same losses the Russians can take. But we do know that just because they control the narrative doesn't mean they control the facts on the ground.
Absolutely not. All right, Steve Ganyard, thanks so much, as always, for your expertise. Really great to talk to you.
Thanks, Phil.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.